Note, all characters, events, and spoken words in this story are fictional, and is not meant to target any specific audience. Feel free to stop reading at any time and read at your own risk. When one's daily life turns into a repetitive cycle, time usually seems to fly by. Even if the days seem to be uninteresting as they are similar, time will be wasted away before you know it. Of course, in the case of Xiao Kuai and Xiao Man, their time were used for losing weight. Alas, time still flew by, and now senior prom is almost upon them. It's time to see the results of their efforts. Xiao Man was walking to school with Xiao Zhengxin, chattering all the way like usual. Xiao Zhengxin now responds more to Xiao Man as they had become familiar with each other. After all, it's been over 6 months since Xiao Man they had met. After 6 months of trying to lose weight, Xiao Man still didn't look too much different from before, except it seems it would be a bit easier for her to hold bags now. As Xiao Man was too obese before, it was very difficult to lose most of those fat, especially with daily exercise that did not consist of gym memberships. However, Xiao Man was not discouraged, as in her diary, she had noticed she had actually gradually lost some weight, albeit not an extreme amount. Also, Xiao Man noticed it wasn't as difficult or exhausting to walk to many places she would have otherwise found exhausting before. Xiao Man was elated with this minor step towards her goal, as she believes that she would eventually reach her goal. After a normal uneventful walk like usual, Xiao Man and Xiao Zhengxin eventually reached the school. However, unlike its normal uniformed, bustling atmosphere, there was a large racket as a crowd seemed to be gathering around the front gate. Xiao Man was curious and stepped up to join the crowd to see what was going on. The crowd naturally parted ways for her in fear of being crushed, revealing a duo in the middle of a dramatic confession. Xiao Man recognized one person from the duo as Xiao Shui. Right now, Xiao Shui was kneeling with one knee on the ground while holding the hand of a beautiful, slim girl dressed in a white frilly blouse. Although Xiao Man felt the girl was familiar, Xiao Man could not remember where she had seen the girl. Although Xiao Man wanted to ponder on it, Xiao Shui's next word shocked Xiao Man out of her pondering state. "Xiao Kuai, will you go to prom with me?" Xiao Shui said gently. It was then that Xiao Man realized why the girl looked so familiar. Xiao Man was in shock over the fact that her former bestie Xiao Kuai had lost all her weight so fast. It was not until Xiao Man heard her name being called that she snapped out of her daze. "Xiao Man, you seem to be the same as before. I thought you were going to try to lose weight." Xiao Man looked in front of her to see Xiao Kuai standing there with her hands wrapped around Xiao Shui's arm. Xiao Man was silent for a bit before realizing she had to respond. Hence, Xiao Man replied, "I did try to lose weight, and well, whatever you tried didn't seem to work now, did it, Xiao Man? I told you that I would be faster than you in losing weight, but don't worry. Since you were my bestie, I will introduce you to some of the products I used. That way you can lose some of that weight, and have handsome boys like Xiao Shui come beg you to go out with them instead of having bothersome boys like that wimpy, poor boy by your side," Xiao Kuai declared with a victorious smirk. When Xiao Man heard Xiao Kuai say that, for some reason, an odd feeling of anger overwhelmed her. Xiao Man looked over and saw Xiao Zhengxin lowering his head even more, as if trying to escape the attention of everyone. An overwhelming feeling of sadness and anger rushed into Xiao Man's heart at once as she hurriedly stood in front of Xiao Zhengxin while yelling, "Xiao Kuai. Xiao Zhengxin is not a wimpy, poor boy." Xiao Kuai then giggled before declaring, "Well, if he's not a wimpy, poor boy, then I don't know who is. How about this, Xiao Man? Leave that boy and follow me around again. I will buy all the products and help you lose weight until you're as slim as me. Sound good?" Xiao Man flared up in anger as she declared, "I don't need any of your help to lose weight. Xiao Zhengxin is my friend, and I will never give him up for anything. Well, suit yourself. It's your loss for not doing what I'm doing." Xiao Kuai then giggled and pulled Xiao Shui off to class. Xiao Man then looked over at Xiao Zhengxin, who was now looking at her with tears running down his face. Xiao Man bustled around frantically as she said to Xiao Zhengxin, "Xiao Zhengxin, don't mind what Xiao Kuai said. Why you don't have to cry like that because Xiao man believes you are the manliest of man. Only the manliest of man will help another when they are in need like you did for Xiao man. It's not that, Xiao Zhengxin replied as he wiped his tears with his sleeves. Xiao man was then confused and tried to get Xiao Zhengxin to tell her what he meant, but Xiao Zhengxin refused to answer. Eventually, Xiao man gave up as she moved on with life. Days passed, and before Xiao man knew it, prom night was here. It was already clear who the victor in the rivalry was, as the couple, Xiao Kuai and Xiao Shuai, were the hottest topic at school. Xiao man was poor and couldn't really afford a nice dress to prom, nor did she really have anyone to go with. With being the loser in the rivalry being added to the mix, Xiao man eventually decided to not go to prom. Walking home with Xiao Zhengxin, Xiao man continued her daily usual routine. The table was set like usual, and Xiao man happily told Xiao Zhengxin to try her cooking like usual. However, Xiao Zhengxin was awfully quiet today. Xiao man thought Xiao Zhengxin was sad that he didn't go to prom, so Xiao man comforted him by saying, "There's no need to be sad, Xiao Zhengxin. Xiao man didn't go to prom either because there's not really a good reason to go. After all, you will have to dress up nicely," but Xiao man doesn't think there will be a dress that looks nice on Xiao man. Xiao Zhengxin perked up before stating, "It's not that." Xiao Zhengxin believes that Xiao man will look nice in any dress. Xiao man giggled happily from the compliment as she scooped up a bite of rice while questioning, "Then, why are you so quiet today, Xiao Zhengxin?" Xiao Zhengxin shifted around a bit in hesitation before revealing the true reason why he was so down. It was then that Xiao man found out that Xiao Zhengxin's father had landed a good job opportunity overseas, and Xiao Zhengxin's family would be moving out tomorrow to a better place overseas soon. Xiao man was elated that Xiao Zhengxin would be going to a better place soon, and Xiao man congratulated him, "Xiao Zhengxin, good for you. Xiao man is happy that you will go to a better place. Just don't forget about this ugly, fat friend Xiao man once you get there." Xiao man. Xiao Zhengxin interrupted before pausing as if to work up the courage, "Xiao man, Xiao Zhengxin believes you are the most beautiful girl Xiao Zhengxin has ever met. That is why Xiao Zhengxin will never forget about you. Xiao Zhengxin promises to work hard, and one day Xiao Zhengxin will see Xiao man in the most beautiful dress." Xiao man giggled in happiness as she took Xiao Zhengxin's promise as a joke. Although deep down inside Xiao man wishes it were true, however, Xiao man knew that Xiao Zhengxin will meet someone better eventually and forget about Xiao man. Feeling a little lonely inside, Xiao man distracted herself by happily telling Xiao Zhengxin to eat their last meal together. Xiao Zhengxin did not walk with Xiao man to school the next day because he was helping his parents move out. By the time Xiao man came home, Xiao Zhengxin was already gone. Although Xiao man felt a little lonely inside, Xiao man perked up as she decided to continue to pursue her goal of losing weight, even through college. Passing the college exams, Xiao man entered a decent college and continued her daily routine that she has no problem doing all by herself. Eventually, Xiao man graduated from college and landed a decent job at a small local company, making enough to pay for bills with extra to pay for a gym membership. Chasing her goal of losing weight, Xiao man forgot about time as years passed. Before Xiao man realized it, she was already enjoying the 25th spring of her life. What she also did not realize was that this was the turning point to her life.